All too often we think of slavery as something that happened in the distant past. The truth is, however, that slavery exists today. A recent study estimated that a staggering 40 million people are currently in modern slavery, and 1 in 4 of those are children. This year, the University of Bedfordshire's Sustainability Forum organised an event which sought to shine a light on this problem and find solutions for combating the spread of modern slavery.
The event is designed to harness the expertise of people both within and outside the university to contribute to students to understanding the nature of the challenge of human trafficking and slavery and related forms of exploitation. The idea is to come up with a resolution, local resolutions. So we know that internationally there are what's called frameworks, conventions and protocols which set out to protect and prevent slavery. But what does that mean locally? What we're hoping to come out of today's event is to have some ideas for action. So to make what is these global principles and targets or goals, we're going to make them real and come up with some tangible action that we can take forward.
The event brought together many members of the local community. Charity workers, students, academics and survivors of modern slavery all took part in the interactive workshop sessions. There was plenty of discussion and debate on resolutions to the problem, but everyone was in agreement that this was a significant issue in modern Britain.
I think it's a big problem. In fact, I started working on this in the 1980s, so it's been around in Bedfordshire at least since that time.
It's absolutely massive. So all the women we work with are trafficked because they're moved against their will to be in places they do not want to be. So simplistically, trafficking, commercial sexual exploitation is a seamless area.
Institutions like the police, local government, hospitals, doctors, schools, they all need to know something about this. And of course, general population does need to understand it so that we're not taken in by what we think are just a cheap way of getting some service or some product, but to recognise that those might well be trafficked people or slaves.
Active learning was a key feature of the event, as the participants worked together in groups to discuss modern slavery in the UK and abroad. The process of sharing knowledge and different viewpoints helped to both educate and enlighten.
It's been really good so far, it's really eye-opening. There's some of the stats I've heard, it's absolutely crazy, I never would have thought it. It's crazy. I'll take away quite a lot, but mainly just like how much is happening, and especially here, we're surrounded by it, we just don't know, it's crazy.
I've learned how in-depth and how serious it can be, and so far I've learned an awful lot, and my knowledge has gone from probably 0 right up to maybe 85%, so I'm knowing a lot more about the problem and how to resolve the problem, resolve the issue.
Within your home community, you don't even think that bad things like that happen, or you wouldn't even want to allow yourself to think about stuff like that. So it's just really shocking to find out that it's happening right here where I live. This has actually inspired me to want to work more within the community to put an end to this, and also further to think about maybe a career within the United Nations to help tackle human trafficking.
This was way more engaging than just going to a lecture. I'm not a student here anymore, but when I was, I loved learning, but I hated going to lectures because it was just someone talking at you. But we have quizzes and other people here, and people from especially different sectors and local places that have something to contribute. So I think this way of learning is definitely way more interactive and engaging for students.
Opening up channels of discussion between community groups, the university and victims of slavery really helped enrich this event and added a dimension which is often lacking in more traditional academic conferences. The event was both eye-opening and inspiring, and everyone we spoke to agreed that it had really made a difference in helping raise people's awareness of modern slavery in society today.
They make a massive difference, a vital difference, because they bring together academics and practitioners, and together a fusion of excellence is formed. If we don't have that, then we have isolated areas of practice which is not good and not evidence-based. We need the academics, and the academics need the impact of their resource and their research.
I think it made an impact on every single person that was in this room, and I think what it does is it shows how a university can convene people from all sectors of society and enable them to interrelate over an issue that, as I say, I knew very little about, but which we all learned about together and begin to care about.
I mean, I've already signed up for 2 more events today. Like, as long as there's events, I will be there. This is really great. And I do hope the university can keep on creating more opportunities for students to attend these events and meet professionals and learn more about the world.